Hey guys, Rich here, Fantasy Fishing Edge. Better late than never. Gonna knock out this Texas Fest Sam Rayburn Bass Fantasy Fishing event. Caught me off guard with the Wednesday start. Don't got a lot of time, so hopefully you'll get a chance to catch this. So in Bucket E, there's some pretty good anglers. First of all, this event is going to be probably mostly a post-spawn event. There's definitely be fish moving out deep. It kind of depends how fast they'll get out there and how schooled up they will be for these deep water specialists. I think Sam Rayburn still is pretty high. I think there's plenty of water in the bushes and things like that. If you look at this Jason Christie post, he's showing this picture of the gator, but you can clearly see there's plenty of water in some of the bushes. So that's definitely going to slow down the amount of fish going out to the deep areas. So I think you can have a mix of deep water and shallow water anglers that can do very well in this tournament. With that being said, guys like Chris Zaldane, James Niggemeyer could all be really good picks in this event. Tommy Biffle could get on a really good flip and bite. There's some talented anglers in Bucket E to consider, but Kelly Jordan has a really good track record. Now, he hasn't been great lately. He's not had a really strong Bassmaster Elite Series tournament in a few years, but I think this is, if he's going to shine, this is the time. So I'm going with KJ for Bucket E. Moving on to Bucket D, really none of these guys have a really strong track record on Sam Rayburn if you look back at their results. Crete's fished a lot of tournaments there, so if you're looking for somebody that's really familiar with the water, he'd be a good pick. Stetson Blaylock is a really good deep angler. He's done well in some TTBC events in the past, so kind of like that. There's a lot of good anglers in here. Gary Klein has a ton of experience on Rayburn. He's actually been pretty consistent. Not a lot of really high finishes, but I think he'd be a pretty safe pick. He's probably going to definitely make the top 50 cut here. Brett Pruitt, doesn't look too far away. I'm sure he has some experience on there. Alton Jones Jr. I'm sure has fished Bass Champs and other team tournaments there. I almost picked him. I think Cliff Crochet could be good if you're leaning on that shallow bite. But ultimately, I'm going to take the guy with the best overall AOI ranking, and somebody's on the swing up, and that's Jacob Powroznik. He's kind of trending up. He's going to want to make that classic. He's both good shallow and deep, so that's why I put J-Pow on my team for Bucket D. Bucket C, Cliff Pirch has some really strong finishes here in opens in the past. Being from Arizona, he's got some experience here. A very good deep water angler, a pretty strong shallow water angler, pretty diverse. I think he's a really strong pick. There's a lot of obviously other very good anglers in this bucket. I think Matt Herring could do well, Skeet Reese, Aaron Martin's the threat everywhere. Dean Rojas could definitely get his frog on. Stephen Browning is a guy that spent a lot of time fishing a lot of tournaments out here. So those of you guys keep your eye on, but I'm definitely going with Cliff Pirch. He's a very strong angler. Bucket B, Keith Combs made his living and his name fishing the TTBC, and now this is the Texas Fest, and he shows up for big tournaments. Now, he didn't show up on Lake Conroe for the Classic, so I'm sure he's looking for redemption. The winner of this tournament gets an automatic berth in the Bassmaster Classic. Every angler in this field is going to get paid in this event, so there's a little bit less pressure, for the guys looking for checks, but it still counts for points, so you can't have a bomb. You still get a paycheck, but it's going to hurt your Classic chances if you don't win and you bomb. And they're also doing the thing where they weigh the fish. The marshals are going to weigh the fish and record them, and they're only going to bring in fish over 21 inches, one each, for the actual weigh-in. So Bass Track should be super accurate if you want to follow along with tomorrow and Thursday and the rest of the week. Should be pretty exciting to see how these guys do. Things are looking up really good. This should be a lot of big fish caught. Randall Tharp, there's so many good guys in this bucket, but I think Keith Combs is the guy to go with in this bucket. Finally, in Bucket A, Jason Christie, Ken Van Dam, Dave Lefebvre, Jordan Lee, all great picks. Todd Faircloth, super good on Rayburn. But I'm actually going to go with Hackney. I think he's fishing well right now. I think he's poised to fish shallow or deep as needed. I think he's hot right now. I think he's going to make a push. I think he's third overall in the AOI rank, a little bit further down because of the Classic points and Fantasy. But I like him to make a strong push in this tournament. You really can't go along with a lot of these guys. Todd Faircloth is probably a much safer pick in this bucket. But ultimately, I'm going to go with the Hack Tack. I think Christie and Hackney are both looking to make a strong finish in this tournament and roll it in Dardanelle, where they're both very good and have won tournaments, to really make assert themselves in this Angler Year of the race. So it could be very exciting. As far as weights, I got it up close to 100 pounds. I wouldn't be surprised if it went over 100 pounds, but I'm going with a mid 94 pounds, 3 ounce pick. So that's my bucket. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to tune into these, subscribe, hit that little notification bell next to it. That way you're going to get alerted if these shows come up. If you love fantasy fishing, looking for information, I'm going to put these quick episodes together so you can watch them. Let me know what you think. Tell me what your team is, who did I miss, and thanks for watching.